Bonjour! Today you will experience for free a shortened version of my 30-day French challenge, one of my paid programs here at Comme une Française. I love making these challenges. They cover a different topic each time, from Paris like a local, to beauties of Toulouse, to 100 years of chansons françaises. This time, I am excited to give you a taste of the challenge Cooking in French. From homemade meals to modern haute cuisine, let's use delicious French food as a springboard to learn real, practical, everyday French. C'est parti! Coucou! La cuisine française commence ici, à la maison. Que ce soit pour faire vite fait un plat de pâtes ou pour préparer un dîner aux petits oignons. Le plus important, c'est d'avoir des bons ingrédients comme des légumes frais. Et puis, quelques ustensiles comme une poêle et une casserole évidemment. Let's look at the transcript and pick out some useful words and expressions. Un légume frais is a French vegetable. Un légume frais. Évidemment is of course. Évidemment, it means also obviously or evidently. Be careful because in évidemment, the ending is amant, not amant. Amant, we say évidemment. Aux petits oignons literally means with little onions. Aux petits oignons. It actually means made with care and effort. Here in aux petits oignons, we have a nasal on, aux petits oignons. We have a silent S at the end of oignon, and we have another one at the end of petit. But because of la liaison, we hear it. It's not petit oignon, it's petits oignons. That's la liaison. And we also have this weird word, oignon. So weird that some French people are pushing to change its spelling. Oignon. Yeah, it's a crazy word. Go ahead and repeat after me. Un légume frais. Un légume frais. Évidemment. Remember with this A. Évidemment. Évidemment. Aux petits oignons. Aux petits oignons. Yay! Well done. Super. Now, here is a quick one-question quiz to see if you remember what you read from the transcript. What's the French word for a frying pan? Is it un plat, une poêle, or un oignon? I will give you like 5 seconds. Yes, it is une poêle, a frying pan, une poêle. And it's a funny word with a strange pronunciation. Here the E sounds like a A, une poêle, une poêle. And it's feminine, not masculine. We say une poêle, not un poil, because un poil is a hair. Repeat after me, une poêle, une poêle. Congratulations. In a French recipe, we might need to fouetter les œufs, to whisk eggs, with milk, and add les herbes de Provence. These are French herbs, les herbes de Provence, to make a classic French omelette. It's simple, but you will quickly learn to pronounce everything properly, like le sel, le poivre, les herbes de Provence, and l'omelette au fromage. I want you to know that this is just a small taste of the full 30-day French challenge. In the program, we go much deeper. You get a short lesson every day for 30 days, so you can learn practical French in a fun way. It's amazing how much progress you can make when you dedicate just 15 minutes a day to immersive French. My team and I create French content each time a new challenge runs, so if you feel motivated to take your French further, go and check out the full details in the video description. Allez, on continue. Le repas français est inscrit au patrimoine culturel de l'humanité. On le mange en famille avec des bons petits plats du terroir. Le repas commence par une entrée, puis on enchaîne avec un plat principal. Ensuite, on partage un plateau de fromage et on finit par un dessert savoureux. Now, let's break down some of these phrases. Le plat principal is the main course. Le plat principal. We have a silent T in plat, a nasal sound in principal, remember, le plat principal. Then we have un bon petit plat, literally a good little dish. It's a phrase for a dish made with care, often homemade. Here, bon implies both taste and comfort, and petit doesn't mean small. It adds warmth and coziness. We often cut the E in real everyday French, so we say un bon petit plat, un bon petit plat. Le terroir is an essential word for French cuisine. It's local character and regional identity. Le terroir is the union of a specific land and local traditions building on each other to create delicious products and dishes. Repeat after me. Le plat principal, un bon petit plat, and le terroir. Which of these is typically served after the main course in a French meal? Is it l'entrée, le fromage, le plat principal? Which one of those? Which one of those is served after the main course in a French meal usually? It is le fromage. Le fromage often comes after the main course, before the dessert. In France, bread is almost always on the table. A basket of French baguette slices appears on the table automatically in restaurants and homes. At home or with friends, you might hear « Tu peux me passer le pain? Can you pass me the bread? Tu peux me passer le pain? » At the restaurant, you can also ask the staff « On peut ravoir du pain, s'il vous plaît? Can we have some more bread, please? On peut ravoir du pain, s'il vous plaît? » It's free. Speaking of restaurants, let's take a look at the Michelin-starred haute cuisine. Dans un restaurant gastronomique français, chaque plat est préparé minutieusement. Les chefs mettent en valeur les produits du marché en stimulant les 5 sens. Les restaurants les plus prestigieux sont les 3 étoiles Michelin, représentant l'excellence culinaire mondiale. Notice these terms. We have minutieusement. Minutieusement means meticulously. We have the T that sounds like an S. Minutieusement, not minutieusement. We say minutieusement. And at the end we have the ment, that's for adverbs. It comes from minutieux, that means meticulous. Minutieusement is the way that we make an adverb from minutieux. That's 3. Les 3 étoiles Michelin. 3 Michelin stars. Les 3 étoiles Michelin. This is the highest rating for the Gourmet Guide. Notice the liaison in 3 étoiles. 3 étoiles. And at last, mondial. Mondial means worldwide. Mondial. It comes from le monde, the world. Le monde. You have a nasal on here. Okay? Mondial. Now, let's practice together. Okay? Minutieusement. Repeat after me. Minutieusement. Good. Mondial. Mondial. Les 3 étoiles Michelin. Les 3 étoiles Michelin. Good. Now a quick question. How do you say culinary in French? Is it culinarien, culinement, or culinaire? What do you think? Do you remember? Can you guess? Yes, it is culinaire. Culinaire. And it's the same in the feminine and in the masculine. French dishes often use words like rôti for roast, sauté for sautéed, quickly cooked over high heat, sauté, or poché for poached. Poché. By mastering a bit of vocabulary, you can become more comfortable navigating the restaurant's menu. This is the essence of our 30-day French challenge. We have short, practical lessons that fit into your schedule while offering a warm community of fellow French learners. In our monthly challenge, you also get pronunciation tips, quizzes, transcripts, and plenty of cultural insights that keep you excited to learn. If you are ready to dive in fully, I would love to welcome you on board for the next session. There is a link below with all the details. Now, let's move on to our final chapter. Paul Bocuse est un des plus grands ambassadeurs de la cuisine française du XXe siècle. Depuis son restaurant 3 étoiles près de Lyon, il a bâti un empire. Livres, écoles de cuisine, concours international. Médiatique et populaire, il a exporté son art culinaire dans le monde entier. Ok, let's unpack that. Le XXe siècle is the 20th century. Le XXe siècle. Here, 20 means 20, and we add ième in order to have this ordinal ordered numbered. Okay? 20e. Paul Bocuse's career started in 1942 up until his passing in 2018. Then we have médiatique. Médiatique means relative to the media or well known in the media, especially on TV. Médiatique. In French, the U after Q, le Q in French, is silent. And then we have Lyon. Lyon is the third biggest French city and very well known for its local cuisine and restaurants called, remember, do you know that? They're called les bouchons lyonnais. Les bouchons lyonnais. It's pronounced like the animal, un lion, un lion. Repeat after me. Le XXe siècle. Le XXe siècle. Médiatique. Médiatique. And Lyon. Lyon. Now, name one famous French TV chef or cooking personality that you know. Or just type j'en connais pas if you can think of any. Let's see your answers in the comments. Some iconic chefs have signature dishes. Bocuse, for instance, is famous for his soupe aux truffes VGE. But you can also explore some simpler recipes inspired by these legends, like a flavorful poulet à la crème. Aujourd'hui, la cuisine française évolue. Les food trucks côtoient les kebabs et les fast-food, les restaurants proposent des options sans gluten et même des recettes véganes qui se marient très bien avec les produits du terroir. Les ingrédients bio et de saison en circuit court deviennent signe d'un engagement écologique autant que culinaire. Let's check out a few words. Un food truck with the French pronunciation. Un fast food. A food truck and a fast food place. Easy. And yes, here I want to show you that French people often use English words in everyday life. Bio means issu de l'agriculture biologique. It means organic. Issu de l'agriculture biologique. The bio comes from here. Bio. L'engagement écologique. L'engagement écologique is environmental commitment. We often use the adjective écolo for environmentally conscious or green politically. Okay, that's écolo. That stands for both. Repeat after me. Un food truck with the French pronunciation. Un food truck. Bio. Écolo. Which term describes organic produce in French? Do you remember? Is it bio, de saison, or en circuit court? It is bio. Yes, we just saw that. Well done. French culture is divided on la malbouffe, junk food. On the one hand, many French people enjoy cooking from scratch using organic produce and staying away from processed food. On the other hand, fast food places are still very popular, including new concepts such as le French taco. Yes, that's true. North African fast food is using an adjective in English and the name of a Mexican dish. It's the pure product of modern French suburban food culture. You like it or you don't? I hope you enjoyed this mini version of our immersive challenge. Feel free to rewind, repeat the French lines, and test your vocabulary again. Don't forget to check out our 30-day French challenge for more details. Merci beaucoup for joining me. À bientôt.